Good morning, everybody. This is VA3EWV Ernest in St. Andrews, West Ontario. Looking to check on any emergency traffic or if the frequency is in use. Okay, nothing heard from either. Today is Wednesday, hump day. It is, at this location, 0 degrees outside, 84% humidity. We're looking at a high of 9 today, a low of 1. Looks like we have 6.8 hours of sunlight, so it's going to be a sunny day, thank goodness, on this November 15th of 2023. And we have a 25% chance of precipitation. We are having a good time today. This is Wacky Wednesday. We have some people on Facebook already. They just need to comment who they are, and that'll be looks like the check-in is going to probably roll in today. We've had an average of 8 check-ins every day, with an average of about 40 minutes of talk time. So let's see what happens today. This is On the Air with VA3EWV. This is being live streamed on Facebook. We don't have our Echolink or anything like that right now. VA3LI has already checked in, and that's how we're getting around the no Echolink, no AllStar net. Anyway, we're taking check-ins now. Please come now. All right, we have 3 check-ins so far. Thank you very much, too. I have a story about that check-in, too, by the way. Thank you guys for doing that. We have VA3LI, Michael, coming in on the hump day there, or Mike coming in on the hump day. We have VA3KCB, Rick, and we have VE3AQE, mobile there. Good morning, Rick. Come on in.
Good morning, Ernest, and other fellow operators on the net or on the morning chit chat. I'm at my QTH this morning. I have a doctor's appointment at 8:45, so I figured I'd save a trip down on the river and then have to run back and make myself pretty, which could be an all-morning job. The weather at my QTH is 1.6 degrees Celsius.
Oh, a little bit warm over there.
Sunny and looking to be a beautiful day. Over.
Thank you for the weather report there, VA3KCB, VA3EWV returning. It looks like it's going to be a good day. I see some drops off the roof there, so it looks like whatever was up there is off. I have the solar panels right over my head, so I see that they're starting to warm up and get all the ice off of it. Come on in there, VE3AQE. Mike, come on in. What's up, Devin? How you doing this morning?
Good morning, all.
Hey, Devin.
Good morning here, where I am here on the Connell and Colgate. It's just great.
Devin, you can always come in on the camera, too. I just let you know that. We tried that the other day. So if you ever want to come in, you can actually talk over it. Oh, by the way, they will be able to hear you. Awesome. Thank you so much there, Mike. Good to have you in there on the drive-in as well. Yeah, it's a good day to drive in. I'm going to be counting those blessings on days like this when we're heading out there to Ottawa. I hope it's I don't care what schedule I get, but the best schedule I had was a 6:30 to 2:30. It wasn't bad. I have to tell you, the 138, they plow the 138 all the time. You know, when I lived in Canada there, we would get stuck because they wouldn't do the side streets, eh? So, you know, you'd have people calling in and saying they couldn't get to work, even on March Road, which is in Canada, because all the side streets would be covered with snow and people couldn't get out and cars were stuck in the middle of the road, eh? But living right here on the 138, those trucks and salt trucks pass by all the time. So if I can score me a 6:30 to 2:30 shift, that'll be right on time there. Okay, we've had 3 check-ins so far. Number 4, actually. We have Devin, VE3DXW, VE1DXW, saying good morning. And we have Michael saying good morning as well. Michael has a cold right now, so his throat's bothering him. That's why he hasn't been on. So we also have VE3MJW. Wow, so see, we got 5 call-ins already. Could you be number 6, VA3EWV listening? And Rob just popped in on Facebook as well. VE3ARF just popped in. So we already have 6 call-ins. We're getting a pile-up this morning. Good morning, everybody. Also, Devin, just to let you know, you can join the live, and you can actually be heard on there. So if you have anything to say, you can join the live, and you can actually talk and give your call sign and all that stuff like that. And I can do the PTT for you since Echolink and all that stuff's down. Okay, this is a pretty exciting morning so far. It's only 6 minutes after, and we have 6 call-ins. Looking for number 7. Come on in. I actually think this might be all the call-ins. I think the whole gang is already here. The only person I haven't heard from this morning is Dean. Dean and VA3FZ. But the weather was looking pretty good, so we might not hear from him. Yeah, but looks like the whole gang is already here this morning. Well, today is Wacky Wednesday, and I saw that a couple of my friends that used to sell Tupperware, they put out stuff on their Facebook groups asking people what they've done, and that was wacky on Wednesday. We don't have to do stuff like that. It's just kind of fun. But I had one heck of a dream last night. It wasn't nothing wacky, but I went to bed last night looking at Rob Fry's banner or pendant or whatever that he made there with the dog on it, with the dog at the microphone. Did anybody else see that? Go ahead. Oh, I love it. You thought it was doggone good, I'm telling you. Well, he did too. He had one up there with a dog, looks like a husky maybe, I don't know. I don't know the dog breeds that well. But and then it had a cup right in front of the dog, and it had his call sign on it and some coffee beans on the desk there. But then he had one that looks like the ones that Renee do for me. I don't know if you guys have seen those things that John Reese puts out for me every now and then. They look like a crest of some sort, eh? And he's going to mess around there and put a good one out, and I'm going to have to go to VE3LI and get it, put it as a patch, because, you know, like, I've seen the stuff that he's done, and I was like, man, that would look really good, you know, other than online. So, you know, remember, guys, we have a guy that does patchwork with that stuff, and we have a lady there, my XYL, that does sublimation and cups and mugs and stuff like that. So, if you guys are out there creating the stuff, and then you want either VE3LI or us to put that on make it, you know, to stick it on something for you, let us know. Anyway, okay, let me pause this and I'll tell you my little wacky story right quick. But before I do that, I'm going to check for emergency traffic, or if anybody else wants to check in, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So anyway, Rob is also saying good morning, everybody. I saw that he had popped in, but he's saying good morning. Michael, so VE3RF is saying good morning. VA3MJW is saying good morning as well, officially. Devin is actually saying good morning too. And Michael, VA3LI is saying, checking in this morning on this hump day. So, anyway, now to my funny story about Rob's dog there. So, Sue was trying to get me to help her, and, you know, like, she was doing a little bit of the ham stuff to get me interested, because she was looking for a logo for her business there, eh? And I was like, ooh, I don't want to do the AI stuff. You know, I think we've done a lot because we have all the Google Home that we say, you know, turn on the light, turn off the light, this, that, and other. Give us a recipe. We use the heck out of it. The grandkids know how to use it now. They used to be scared to go to the basement, you know, and that's where they spend the night on the weekends. And now they just say, hey, turn on the basement, and it illuminates. I have a light up in there that says turn on the light, it illuminates. But, you know, with that technology, I'm always seeing things popping up on my phone of things we talked about. Anyway, let me pause one more time. So as I lay down in the bed there and looking with a big smile on my face at people picking up the stuff, because I like to share. I'm not stingy. I don't keep anything I find that I can create. I like, as you saw, I did a whole video showing you guys how to create your own AI stuff, because it only gives me so many points. And every time I do the AI stuff, it all looks like VA3KCB. Everybody reaches out to me saying, hey, you did this one for Jimmy, but it looks like Rick. You did this one for Bob, but it looks like Rick. So, you know, all those Rick with the black hat with his call sign on it and the beard there, everybody says, so I'm like, what are y'all saying? All white people look alike? Anyway, to my dream here before I have to pause one more time. Anyway, I went to bed thinking about this dog and stuff like that. And then in my dream, you know, I was already in hot water with the local folks there. We won't go into that. About recording stuff. And wouldn't you know, I'm sitting there, you know, driving to work because I was thinking about the new job. And I had a tripod there with some kind of screen on it like the cops. And I'm sitting there watching the show because VA3KCB was doing the morning show. And then he said, okay, I'm going to pause and we're going to let the new person come in. And it was Rob's dog saying that he was me, talking on the radio. And then I had the local club people after me because he was sitting there recording it. I'm like, I was at work. So I was having to take pictures of myself at work. And then they said that my stuff was fake. And I wasn't really at work. So I kept getting in trouble with the local club because of Rob's AI dog. Anyway, I'm going to open it up for comments after that one. Renee's out there this morning. Renee, what's your call sign? VE3RI or something like that. VA3RI? Yeah, you never can be too careful with that stuff. You know, AI is coming. And I even saw a little commercial saying, you know, AI is... there was some AI happening somewhere where a few little mistakes were being made, but it got rid of like 6 or 7 people because the AI was doing it. So I think it's something in Walmart that AI was taking over some jobs there. Then somebody said, well, you got these CEOs getting paid, you know, tens of millions of dollars. You know, what do? You probably could replace them with AI and get some money back into people's pockets. Anyway, I just thought that was funny that there was this dog, ARF, that was posing as me, and it was doing good. Actually, it was doing better than me on the radio, by the way. And that's one of the things that I had to bring with me to say it wasn't me, because the dog was doing it a little bit too perfect. Okay, so we have John Reese, a.k.a. Renee, on the air with us right now. He's checked in on the Facebook Live. Devin's saying that he's working Germany on 10 meters right now, just letting everybody know. And Renee, what is your call sign so I can put you in for a check-in this morning? Anyway, so anyway, we have VE3LI that has joined us this morning, Mike, VA3KCB, Rick, VA3AQE, Mike, VE1DXW, Devin, VE3MJW, Mike. We have a plethora of mics this morning. VE3ARF, Rob. And we have Renee that's down there. I just don't know what the call sign is. And we just got Dean checking in, VA3BS. Dean saying good morning, everybody, and how everybody's doing. So we got 7 check-ins so far. Oh, okay, so with that being said, does anybody have anything to say or share? Please come now. VA3EWV. Did I get that right?
Morning, Ernest. It's Joe. Yeah, VA3EWV. Thought I'd check in. I'm not much on Facebook, so I thought I'd do it live and use my AI that way. Thank you.
Oh, it's good to hear you. Good to hear you up in there, Joe. It really is. Along with my many dreams last night, I was dreaming about Ed. I don't have his call sign in front of me, but everybody knows who Ed is. Ed was doing some radio work at his house, and I was just passing his house to go to my grandson's to pick him up. This is how dreams go, right? And I heard you out there calling for someone. And you know, you have to be respectful. This is you, Joe. I heard you out there calling for someone. And it wasn't me, so, of course I had the radio on. And you kept calling for the person, and no big deal. And then I don't know what was happening in this weird dream, but I was going to try to get a hold of you, but you called everybody's call sign. And you said, oh, nobody's on the air. And I started laughing. I'm like, of all the people he calls all these people that only get on the radio once or twice a week. And he didn't call my call sign, and I'm on there every day. And I laughed. I just laughed so hard. And then I came on and I said, hey, Joe, if you're out there, if you want somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. And you're like, oh, I forgot all about you. And I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, dreams are funny like that. But Joe, good to have you in there. And you are our 8th caller, not caller, but you're our 8th person this morning there. Thank you so much for joining. Ain't that true? You sound good. Are you on mobile or your base today?
Mobile inside. I took out a seat. I'm just testing to see if it's working. The seats feel okay. So, yeah, I guess it's sort of like a semi-mobile.
All right, awesome. And speaking of radios, VA3KCB, did you get that? Did you see that little video of the radio that I have there? Over.
Not yet, Ernest.
Okay, yeah, I posted a little bitty short video that goes over some of the features and stuff like that, because I had to look at it myself to see what it does. I thought I was using it to its maximum ability, but I found some more things that this radio could do. I was watching YouTube last night, and this radio actually is built like a repeater. So I could take my handy-talkie and use this radio as a repeater. Not from the sense that you guys are thinking about, like what we have going on in this particular frequency, but it showed a guy out in the field, right? And of course he had a nice antenna and set up and stuff on his car. That radio does over 40 watts, right? So he had to set up a repeater, and then they were out in the field, right? And he was using his handy-talkie to go to his car, and the car was actually going and hitting the repeater. So I thought that was pretty cool, right? So I was like, wow, I didn't even know that it did that. So these radios are pretty amazing with the stuff that they can do. Okay, guys, this is a pretty good morning so far. 8 check-ins. We've had a record 5 check-ins on Facebook, and 3, 4. Oh, we're at 9 people. We've had 4 check-ins in real life and 5 Facebook check-ins. Anyway, if anybody wants to make a comment or something like that, please come on in. VE3ARF, net recognized you. Come on in there. How you doing this morning, Rob?
Morning, Ernest. Good morning to everyone. Physical check-in this time. Just heading up to Maxville. Beautiful morning. I wish we had a lot more of this. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll have a lot more of this. But wouldn't it be nice if this was the winter, just what we have today? Anyway, I'll hand it back to you, VE3ARF Mobile.
So, Rob, I'm glad you're in there. I'm not going to keep you busy, but I have a couple of topics for you. The first one is FT8. So, I've been able to listen to a lot of radio, obviously, because I stay on the air a lot. I also go to a lot of nets and stuff like that. I'm hitting about 5 nets a week, and then I found some on DMR now. So I'm listening to those. And I'm going to put a good plug out for FT8. With the things that I hear the people say on the radio, right? They could just go to FT8. I don't think they understand what that is. So you see somebody out there that's just trying to connect, right? They just really want to just contact and say their niceties over the air, you know, like how you doing and you sound good and what's the weather or whatever. It's short conversations. So what I've noticed, there are a few people out there that like to have long-winded conversations like me, but for the most part, what I've heard on the radio is just short touches, right? So that so reminds me of FT8, you know. A lot of people like to sit there and listen and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Radio's for everybody. But I was like, they're probably really, if someone sits down with them and shows them FT8, they probably like that better than the regular radio because they're not out there to be conversationalists. They just like to contact faraway places. Over.
Yes, and one other point is that FT8 totally neutralizes the language barrier. There's no language barrier. You can talk to anyone in the world or make a contact with anyone in the world. They don't have to speak English one little bit. You can talk to China, Russia, India. They don't have to speak English. You know what I mean? You can make a contact with them. And there's a human being behind that radio as excited to reach you as you are to reach them. It's not like, some people think it's a computer talking to a computer. Well, somebody's put a lot of effort in to make that contact. So anyway, that's the thing that levels the playing field for everybody in the world.
Yeah, Ward, I was almost going to say his last name. I know that's a no-no. But I don't have his call sign in front of me. But Ward, he runs the ProComNet. I think you guys are familiar with him. He called me on Sunday and was just trying to help me get around our technical issues here in town, and was trying to get me attached to some other repeaters to get on the ProComNet on Sunday there. And he actually asked me about you, and that's something. He's like, this FT8, I've never done that. Why would a person want to do FT8? And I said, oh, I can answer the question for this particular gentleman because he told me. And when he was looking at your call sign, he even had your call sign up. He goes, oh, this guy's looks like he does a lot of contesting. He has a lot of contacts. He has this many contacts on the PRZ. Hold on, let me pause. He says, so you can tell he's on the radio a lot. I'm like, oh, he did a demonstration for us at our club there, our local club. And what he said was, and as you can see in front of you, he's worked everything on CW. He's worked everything on this, that, and the third, you know. And so he had really done it all, you know, on all the frequencies, all the bands, whatever. And it was just like, there's nothing else to do. Then FT8 came out, and then it gave him another challenge. So now he's trying to work everything in that. And he goes, oh, yeah, I totally get it, you know. So I'm not pushing that thing. I'm just mentioning it in case people haven't heard about it. But from what I gather, what I see and hear every day, and I'm not talking about us, our group, but what I hear out there every day is basically, hello, my name is, I'm in Canada, how are you today? And they go, hello, my name is, I'm in Australia, how are you today? And then that's it. And then they mark it down on their book and they go on about their business. I'm like, that's just FT8. They're not exchanging anything else. They could just do that on FT8, you know? I mean, that was just my thoughts. Anyway, back over to you for final thoughts there, Rob.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you'll find the people that you want to, hang out with on radio and actually have these discussions with. Like, I have friends that I've known for, going on 40 years that I talk to. And, but the others are just quick 5-9 contacts, getting them in the log. And that's all they want, too. Like, you'll hear a guy on the frequency and he's working a pile-up. He does not want you to stop and have a big, long ride with him. He just just wants to get a pileup working, work on as many contacts as possible. And the same thing with Layer DX. Do you know how many angry guys there would be breathing down your neck if you started to try to chat with some Layer DX station? No, they just want to get their contact in, right? And say that they've valid contact, they have a signal report both ways, and that's that. And so there's a time and place for right too, but in HF there's a lot of guys who just want to get that, exchange the radio reports, call signs.
Yeah, exactly. So when I noticed that, I'm like, oh, this is perfect because, a lot of us are transitioning into that older age, and then, the natural progression of going from these big pieces of land like I have, I'm pretty sure once I reach up in age, I'll still want to be on radio, but I will be probably, at a senior's living or something like that, and like I have lots of friends now that have moved on to DMR because, they can't have big antenna masts or they can't keep them up. But no, what I was saying though, I love it. And there's a place for everyone because these are natural progressions. Like you, in your case, you had worked and done everything that radio has to offer. January I will celebrate my first year and mainly have only talked on DMR and 270 and 220, right? So I can't wait to get out there and do 10, and I'll pop into the same thing that they do because that's what it's all about, getting that contact. So when field day comes around, I'll be ready for field day because I have to practice on those quick. You're this, you're that, you're 5'9", yada yada yada, right? Have to work on that. Anyway, any more comments out there? Please come now. I'm going to check on VA3EWV. Are you still around there, Mike?
Roger that. Just give me 2 minutes and I'll get right back to you. Over.
Oh, no problem. I wasn't going to actually ask you anything. I just wondered if you were still on radio. Okay, and VA3KCB, are you still out there?
Yep, I'm still out here, Ernest.
Okay, no problem. I was just going to switch gears there and share with you guys. I started listening to the national radio thing from northern New York there, and I was saying to you guys how when they first start doing their call-ins, they go, this is, they unkey the mic, and you actually hear the telephone repeater fall off. Then they key it back up and they say their call sign, and everything works really good and all that stuff. So as you all know, I listen to a lot of nets. And I was listening to the Air Quality Net last night, and I could swear, I don't have it recorded, of course, I wish I did, but I don't. I could swear that they were just giving the last 3 letters of their call sign. Because when they did their call-ins, I just heard KCB, and then a little bit of tick, and then, AQE, and then MJW. I think that's what I was hearing. I'm not too sure, but I could have sworn that's what I was hearing. But it was a mess, right? I'm not talking about it, I'm just saying, since everybody's trying to anticipate to key up before the next person does, it's a real, not only is it a pile up, I was like, oh my God, trying to be, because I'm practicing for net control. That's why I do all these nets, and that's why I listen to so many nets, is because I want to be a good net control operator. There's no way I could have gotten all that stuff written down. And Don, our friend Don, who's a part of our club there as well, VA3NC, Don is almost into his 80s, if not into his 80s. And he was able to manage all that stuff. But he missed a lot because there were people doubling and tripling. Let me pause. But I'm just saying it's it's pretty good. I'm not asking people to do that, just so you know. But it's really good to. I think that's something good to do. That way you won't not be hurt. When I did the net Monday night for the local club, a couple of people kept saying to me, "Hey, you just called me, but I think you missed somebody, right?" Because sometimes, if you're talking to a big station out there, and someone else is keying in, maybe the big station can hear them because, they got beams and this, that, and up in air. I'm just on a little, omnidirectional, and I couldn't hear people. So, like, I think 3 times during the net, other people had logged on, and I never even heard them, eh? Anyway, I just wanted to thank Mike and Mike out there, Rick, VA3KCB, and Mike for doing that little check-in. What do you think about it, Rick? Mike caught Rick with something in his mouth out there. Might be getting a sip of coffee there. Mike, are you back there? V3AQE. Okay. All right, everybody. It's 8:30. 8:31 now, actually. Thank you for tuning in to the Wacky Wednesday there. On the air with VA3EWV. We're having a good morning today so far. 30 minutes of fun. We're piling them in there. We've had VE3LI come in there, Mike. We've had VA3KCB Rick join us. VA3AQE, Mike. VE1DXW Devin on Facebook. He's still out there. He's saying that he's really enjoying HF, by the way. That was his last comment. He was out. Devin, how long were you at the hospital or rehabilitation? I'll wait for him to come back with his comment. But Devin was out away from home for a while. And being away from home, he was missing radio. Handy Talker wouldn't work for him in the hospital there. So what he did was he found out about Echolink, and he was able to join, some of our, well, he's been following me, so he's joined the Cubby Hill net. He's been on the Raccoon net. He was on our net when it was working for Echolink. So that was pretty good that the whole time he was in recovery. Okay, he's saying here he was away from home for 4 months. So for 4 months, he got to talk on the phone and use his phone to be out there and be on the radio. But now he's back home. He's posted a couple pictures. He had a brand new radio waiting for him at home. So now he's burning up the bands and the frequencies on HF. So we're glad you're back out there on the radio for sure. I can't wait to get my HF privileges. And actually, he did a post on the Annapolis Valley site asking did anybody have any type of training guides for advanced, because he's going to try to get his advanced. Let me pause. So yeah, Devin, we're glad you're back in the shack. That's for sure. Appreciate it. Keep out there. Get on with it. Get it on, and break in that new radio. That's for sure. Okay. Anyway, we've had the VE3MJW, Mike. He's got a bit of a cold there, so he's tuning in through Facebook. Rob is in the mobile now. We got Dean out there and VA3ADB Joe. Any more check-ins, please come down. Okay, and VE3AQ, are you back? Okay, VA3AQ is probably meant his destination. What about you, Rick, VA3KCB?
Yep, I'm here, Ernest, just putting my shoes on.
Oh yeah, you're about to head off to your thing. Yeah, I was just wanting to thank you guys for trying that new call-in thing. That's all. It just makes it easy if you're the net control person. Not necessary for the folks out there trying to call in, but to make sure you don't miss anybody. That's a good way to do it. Anyway, I'll let you finish getting dressed there. We're just going to be on the side here and monitoring the frequency for a little while and see if anybody else wants to pop in there afterward. I hope you're having a good morning. We're just going to be on the side here. Got a couple things to do while everybody else gets ready to do their thing too. But if anybody has something to say, just pop on in at any time. VA3EWV, we're going to be on the side monitoring. Net recognized VA3EWV. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, well, I do add one little wrinkle to FT8. I think you're talking about talking remotely. A couple years ago, I had a laptop, and I could take the laptop with me, and I used a program called Team Viewer. So
Oh, yeah, I know about
you
that.
set up your Team Viewer account, and on two computers, like my laptop away from home and the one at home, and I can actually control my computer at home. So I get a break at work, and I could tune in on my laptop and see everything that my radio was doing, and I could actually work stations. Now I keep my feet in one direction, but I can still work from away from home. I just got a phone call, so I'll be saying 73 air at mobile.
Giving him a little bit of time to get his radio turned down before he takes his call there. Yeah, I've used that TeamViewer in the past myself, but I was heavy into IT. I'm going back into IT as of next Tuesday with the government there. So yeah, I've used TeamViewer a lot, and that's pretty good that you can, control those things or do it remotely. That always makes it much more fun too. Okay, if anybody else has any comments, pop on in there when you feel ready to. It's open mic right now, and we're just going to be monitoring until 9 o'clock. VA3EWV. This is VA3EWV coming back. VE1DXW is out trying to get his advanced. He said he's just going to be ordering the book, and he's going to study his advanced by going through the book there. He just wanted to let everybody know. Also, Devin, they have the advanced study questions on the government website there. So I'm going to be doing that, and so now that you're back home, I'm not working until the 21st. If you ever want to do Facebook Live, not Facebook Live, excuse me, Facebook Messenger, they have a feature that you could key up. They have a feature that you could share your desktop, and we could actually do the practice test together until you get your book in. Just so you know. All right, folks, we're going to be on the side here, VA3EWV. We're going to be monitoring the frequency until 9 o'clock. Hoping everybody has a great day. It's very nice outside. Hit the weather with you guys again. It's 2 degrees now, 83% humidity, high of 9, a low of 1, 25% chance of rain or snow, and it's showing 6.8 hours of sunlight. Yesterday, it was point something another, not even an hour ago sunlight. So I hope everybody can get out there and maybe get some last minute things done. I know some people are scrambling trying to get winter tires put on and things like that. And hope you all have an all around good day. We're monitoring the frequency. Okay, how's it going out there for you guys on Facebook there? Thank you for joining on Facebook. That's pretty nice. Just doing some updates here in the shack, folks. Getting my badges and stuff like that ready. Okay, we got somebody else back on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook there. We had a power outage here last night, so I'm just trying to get all my my stuff set up here in the background. Renee, I saw Renee out there. What's your call sign, Renee, so I can put you down for a check-in this morning? Oh, don't forget, folks, to go out there and subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you don't know where it's at, I'll put the link up there. But, you know, go look for the YouTube thing. There's 82 people that have already signed up on the YouTube frequency. Eh? I mean, on the YouTube channel. This is VA3EWV Ernest, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, Here in St. Andrews, West Ontario, we're doing our Wacky Wednesday on the air with VA3EWV. We've been in the background monitoring. If anybody has popped on in there and wants to say a good quick hello, we'll get you down on the roster this morning for a check-in. If anybody has any comments, please come on now. VA3EWV got to get Joe's made. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Ernest in St. Andrews, West Ontario. We're on the air with VA3EWV on the Wacky Wednesday. Looking for final check-ins. We have about 7 minutes left. If there's nothing heard, we'll go ahead and end this net for today, and we'll look for you guys tomorrow on the Throwback Thursday edition. All right, last calls. VA3EWV listening. All right, good morning there, Rick. How you doing today?
If I can find what I'm looking for, I'll be a lot happier.
You got me getting it back here. So I guess you're working hard in the shack. Are you looking for something there? Well, thank you for giving me a check-in, Rick. You made me have an even 10 check-ins this morning. That's pretty good. I really appreciate it. Anything special happening today? You're going to look for your parts and keep on trucking, eh?
What's the reference to, son?
No, I was saying you're looking for something. I said, are you looking for something in your shack, or are you just looking for something in general?
I'm going through my little box. Well, what the hell do you want to call it? That it's a whole bunch of little drawers in a container. You know, little maybe 2-inch wide by 4-inch long drawers that you put components in, and they're in a little container, and you know, with the 4 rows across, about 8 up. Yeah, I'm looking for some small bulbs. I'm trying to add internal lighting to a power supply meter.
Oh.
And I have a lot of LEDs, even scrapped lawn, I guess you could say lawn LED lights, and that can't find any that are small enough to fit in, but I know I have some, so I'm doing the task of tiptoeing through the tulips over.
I hear that. So I've been using that power supply that you gave me. I've been using it actually too. I have that old Pyramid, the Pyramid Phase 3 there, the 20 amp power supply. And I was actually thinking about you the other day. I was like, because it works, that power supply really works. It's really good. It's quieter than the CPU one, by the way, but because it doesn't have a fan in it. So sometimes I have to keep that CPU one kind of like down under the table, so when I'm talking, I don't hear the fan there. So I plug this other one in, and it's working, but there's no light on the meter thing, and I'm like, I think it was one there, and the meter doesn't move. But when I checked it with the little multimeter or whatever you gave me there, it's actually putting out the required amount of voltage. But anyway, if you can figure out the LED lighting and stuff, let me know. Then I'll bring this one over there, and we'll have something to do. We can look inside of it and see why the light doesn't come on anymore. Over.
The internal light on that one, if that's all the problem is I have a feeling that the voltage maybe has to go up. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay. The green LED probably, because I got one in this one. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the only thing I can think of is that it might be too dim. But there is a fan in it. There's a fan sitting on all these power supplies. The computer power supplies all have fans in them. They're just quiet over.
Oh yeah, yes, for sure. You know, but on the desktops, I know when I was doing a lot of setting up computers for people back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, when desktops were all the rage, you know, we either had them at the bottom left hand, you know, like they had all these pre-built kind of like desks and stuff, you know, and you would put the CPU there at the bottom, you know, bottom right or bottom left, or you know. This one here, since I have it right on the table in a box, it's almost like an echo chamber. So when I have it on and running it, it's pretty loud. Check this out so you can hear it. So see, that can get pretty loud there. So sometimes when I'm on the air or whatever, I'll not use that one, and I'll use the Pyramid Phase 3, that DC power supply that you plug into the wall there. It says 20 amps, and I don't hear anything when I turn it on but a big thump. You know, like when you turn it on, it's like you're doing a big breaker thing. It's like, boom! I was like, oh my God, how many watts does this thing have on it? You know, over.
Carry on and catch you later. VA3EWV clear.
Thanks, Rick, for checking in. VA3 Echo Victor, VA3EWV. And have a good rest of your day. Okay, one last call. We got 1 minute up in there. Could you make it number 11? It could be a quick high. Let's see if we can break 10. This is VA3EWV. We're listening. Okay, nothing heard, folks. Have a really great morning. We've had lots of check-ins this morning there. For a recap, we have VE3LI Mike, VA3KCB Rick, VE3AQE Mike, VE1DXW Devin, VE2MJW Mike, VE3ARF Rob, VA3BS Dean, VE3ADB Joe, VA3E Echo Victor Rick, and yours truly, VA3EWV, closing out this net and return this repeater to its normal operating use. Have a good day, all. 7-3 to you. Okay, folks, that was a pretty good net there today. I noticed that in the wintertime, the nets, let me turn this around. I'm noticing that the nets there are very popping when the first couple of minutes there and stuff, and then everybody's heading on to where they have to head on to, right? All right, so y'all have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me here, VA3EWV on the air. We have about 5 more days with each other before I start work. I don't know what my full-time schedule is going to be, but it's going to be coming soon there. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, everybody. 7-3 to y'all.